Beautiful people. Now I have a lot of footage to go through, meaning I have a lot of footage to upload, meaning that I have filmed a lot of stuff and have not uploaded anything. So when you see older videos, they're not like super old, but a couple of months old, you'll notice that my hair is a little bit shorter. I say all of that to say, I did an unboxing of my Kobo and a slight comparison to my Kobo versus my Kindles, and I was looking at some of the footage and it looks dark. I didn't look at all of it, but I know that the camera was on manual instead of automatic, so it was not adjusting. With that said, I thought I would do a brief little updated video just in case that footage isn't good. I'll go back and look at it. But in case it's not good and I can't use it, I will be doing a comparison between my Kobo and my Kindles, what I like basically the pros and the cons and the differences between them, because I actually get a lot of questions about that on my TikTok. So with that said, that long rambling intro, let's get into it. Now I'm reaching up here because I still have my box. Now yes, I'm wearing sweatpants. I'm partially dressed. I was dressed in jeans and whatnot earlier because I was at the studio, but I'm ready to be in my comfy clothes. I was actually in my oversized t-shirt, and then I was like, you know what? I should film. So this is the box that it came in. This is the Kobo Libra Colour, and I wanted this one specifically because, as you can see on the box, you can annotate and actually highlight in color, and you can actually write on your Kobo page, which I thought was super. I was sold. I'm an annotation girly. I will show you my bookshelves and my annotation area that I have set up in a minute, but let's get into the differences between the Kobos and the Kindles. Let me grab everything. Hold on, I need to grab my other Kindle from my purse. This is my purse. I always pack my Kindle. I never know when I'm going to be I was going to say stuck in traffic. I've never read in traffic, but if I'm the passenger, I'm stuck in traffic. Or sometimes if the kids are asleep and they're in the back seat, I'll just be in the driveway and I'll read for a little bit. Not that anyone asked. Okay, starting off, I'm just going to start off with my Kindles because that's what I grabbed first. This is my Kindle Paperwhite. This is the newest generation. I believe this is the 11th generation. I don't know if that's the newest or not, but that's what I have. It's the Kindle Paperwhite. And I just have my Kindle decorated with some stickers and my pop socket. I have some new stickers coming, and I have a new pop socket coming. So there we go. That's my Kindle. I love my Kindle Paperwhite because I always, like you probably saw, I carry it in my purse, and I just like the convenience of having my pop socket. I read from my Kindle all the time. I also have the Kindle Unlimited subscription. So basically with the Kindle Unlimited subscription is you can borrow 20 books in a month, and when you're done reading them, so I have 20 books checked out. I always have 20 books checked out at a time. And in order to get another book, I have to exchange one of those books. And so basically you can read for free. It's you'll have to look it up. They always do promotions and stuff all the time for new subscribers, but I think I pay $12 a month, $11.99 a month, and that allows me access to whatever's on Kindle Unlimited, which is a wide range of books. There's Fourth Wing on there. Zodiac Academy is on there now. Pen Pal. There's a lot of books on there. I'm trying to think of some popular books that people are often wanting to read. I believe some Colleen Hoover books are on there. I have read the Emily McIntyre, Hooked is on there. Megan Quinn is on there. There's a lot of authors on there. So for me personally, a lot of times I have my physical copy of my book and I will read on my Kindle with my Kindle Unlimited subscription, or I will use my Kindle Unlimited subscription for books I just don't own that I really want, especially books that I cannot find in Target, Walmart, or Barnes & Noble. I'll get them on Kindle Unlimited. Even if I'm ordering a physical copy, I can at least go ahead and start reading. So my Kindle has proved to be, I want to say it has saved me a lot of money. It really has, but I also like to buy the physical copy of a lot of books. So I don't know how much I'm really saving. I love having my Kindle Unlimited subscription. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think it is very, very, it's just, I get a lot of books for a minimum cost. For $11.99 a month, I can read 20 books, and you can just interchange them constantly. I've had like one book on there that I had for over a year, had not read it, so there's not like a time limit for when you have to read the books either. And I have heard that the author does get some type of a commission when however many pages you read for the Kindle Unlimited. So I try to finish all of the books that I check out on Kindle Unlimited. Now, moving on, because I'm getting slightly off topic. Here's my other Kindle. This is I think it's a 6th generation. I got this in 2018. And it is a little bit, I do have 2 stickers on there. It's a little bit smaller than my Kindle Paperwhite. I'll show you like this. So you can see it's a little bit smaller because this is my other Kindle. Or maybe I can flip it this way and you can see better. I don't know. A little bit smaller. It's not anything too drastic. I have another case coming for this one. I had one that I ordered and I just didn't order the right size. So it was actually too small. And I just like having this one. I like having a spare Kindle. This is I want to say this is my 4th Kindle. This is my 6th Kindle, and my Kindle Scribe is my 5th Kindle that I've owned, period. I had the like original just white Kindle that my mom got me years and years ago, and I ended up replacing that one because something happened to it. I know something happened with the screen, but it was covered under the warranty. I got a replaced Kindle, and then something happened to one of my Kindle screens, and I had to I ended up sending that one in, and it shows on my Amazon account that I have 4 Kindles, and it shows the white one that I got, like I had some years ago. I have no idea where that is, and it is not like me to misplace one of my Kindles, so I don't know where that one is, but it says that I have 4 still. I have 3 right now, so these two are very similar in size and in function in general. Now with your Kindle Paperwhite, it is black and white, like the other Kindle. All the Kindles are black and white unless you have like a Kindle Fire. I personally don't mind. I mean, I'm reading. Give me a second. I just want to make sure the book I'm reading, there's nothing on the page that's inappropriate. Okay, so when you have your Kindle, to highlight, you just hold down and you can highlight like so, and you can tap that and you can type out a note. And you can have all of your annotations, even if you have your Kindle Unlimited. I like to annotate, period. So I have had books on Kindle Unlimited that I have highlighted and made notes in. And if I get rid of the book, if I return it and I download it again, my annotations, I've noticed, unless it was just like a fluke, I've noticed my annotations are still there. And then if I purchase the book, my annotations are still there. And this one functions the same way. These are the same, just different generations. Now with your Kindle Scribe, again, I have my Kindle decorated. The Kindle Scribe does come with the little pen. You can highlight, you can write, and the bottom is the eraser. It turns on the side. You cannot write directly on the page, which does not bother me. Can't show you this page. Let me just find something. I'll do this. Surely this is a mystery that I'm clicking on. Surely nothing too horrible can be on the first page of that. If this will go ahead and load. Let me just go to a different book. Oh, it's taking too long. I'm just trying to decide on a book. Give me a second. It's because my Kindle is syncing. I switched out a lot of my Kindle Unlimited books, so it's trying to go ahead and sync those books and download this one I just clicked on. Okay, just download it. This is Where Is She by Marlene Ridgway. Look Before It's Too Late. I have really been wanting to read this, and now that I've clicked on it, I probably will. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I accidentally flipped the screen upside down. Okay. Well, flip back. There we go. Oh, I can't stand when I do that. Okay, anyway. And then it flips. Okay. Now, with this one, I like that quote right there. Okay. I don't think there's anything scary or inappropriate or anything on this page. Now, you can get your stylus or you can use your finger. I'll just use the stylus just because. I'm going to hold down. I'm just going to say that's what I want to highlight. Click on note like you do with your Kindle Paperwhite, but now you have the option for handwritten note or a text note. So if you wanted to write, you have to write on like a sticky note, okay? You close it and there's going to be a little symbol right there to let you know that you have a handwritten note. When you go to the top of the screen and you want to see all of your annotations, it will load and you will see your sticky note like so. And you will also see whatever it is that you highlighted. I'm going to delete that because I don't need it. I keep flipping my screen by accident. Okay. I'm just deleting the note because I don't need that. And you can always go back and edit or delete notes, whichever that you need to do. Now, I personally do not have a problem that with your Kindle Scribe, you cannot write directly on the page. It actually, like, if I remember right, when you're looking it up online, I'm not going to say it's super clear, but that was my understanding from purchasing it right off the bat, that I cannot write directly on the screen. I'm going to be writing on a little sticky note on the screen, and that's how I'm going to be saving all of my annotations. And it wasn't a big deal to me because with my Kindle Paperwhite, I'm just highlighting and typing out my notes that I want to keep. And some people have asked me why I annotate. I annotate just for me. It's not like for a book club or anything like that. There are things that I find funny in a book or things that I want to remember. If it's a fantasy book, I want to remember some type of world building, something with the plot, a prediction if I'm reading a mystery of like who I think did it, stuff like that. I just like to keep random notes, and it's really easy to do that with your Kindles versus when I'm annotating a physical book, because when I'm annotating a physical book, I like having my highlighters, my pens, my tabs, everything. I like things to be color coordinated, so it's a little bit more of a process, which I enjoy, but it's a little bit more of a process. With my Kindle, it's a lot faster to just throw in some highlights and some notes. So what I tend to do is highlight on my Kindle and then transfer everything to the physical book. With my Kindle Scribe, being that I can just go ahead and just write out some notes versus typing them out, I mean, honestly, the speed doesn't really make that much of a difference. I can write fast, I can type fast, but I do like to actually have some handwritten notes just because. And then when I'm transferring my notes over to my book, I just look and I scroll and I see everything that I've written, everything that I've highlighted. That's just me personally. So that's what it's like with your Kindles. Now, like I said, I got my Kobo because it's in color, just for a change. I wasn't going to get a Kobo and it was going to be black and white just like my Kindles because I can just stick to my Kindle. But it is in color. This is what it looks like. And here is a size comparison to my Kindle Paperwhite. And here is a size comparison to my Scribe. I also don't mind the size of my Scribe. I like that it's a different size than my Paperwhite. I do not have the pop socket or a clear case. This is just the one that opens and the screen turns on. And now just going to any book. Now here's what it looks like in color. Now in comparison to my Paperwhite, some people have asked me what the screen looks like. It is in color, obviously, but it's still just, it's like, it's almost like looking at a newspaper because it's still a little grainy, which is the purpose and which I like because it's supposed to look like paper. So it's a little grainy, and I noticed that with my Kobo, I feel like more adjustments with the brightness, with the warmth of the screen, and with the size of the text. I will show you. I personally like to have my text pretty small. That's just how I like to read, especially if I'm reading a really long book. I don't care for large font. So, I'm just trying to get to the first page. Okay, so this is basically how I like to read. I like my font to be fairly small. On my Kindle, I will show you what it looks like. This is as small as I can make it, I think. Maybe a little bit smaller. No, that's it. This is as small as I can make it. But I will show you how small I can make it on my Kobo. Now I'm just pinching the screen. Look at that. And there we go. This is as small as I can make it. Can you guys even see? You can make it really small. I can barely read that. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. Oh, and let me just show you. So holding my Kobo, if I want to make the font bigger, I just, I either pinch to make it smaller or I expand my fingers to make it larger. And see how large it is now. And now, let me go ahead and shrink it. There we go. This is still too big for me, but you can see, obviously, you can play around with the size quite a bit. You can change the font. You can change the font on your Kindle. You have less options with your font options on the Kindle than you do your Kobo. It's very slight differences. Let me go to the, okay, so at the top of my screen, hold on. I'm going to click at the top of my screen. Then I have my options. I'm going to click to change the font. You can change the size. You can change the spacing. You cannot do that on your Kindle that I know of. I'll double check, but you can change the font size, line spacing, margins. There's a lot. There are advanced settings on the Kobo that you don't have on the Kindle. So here are some options for the font. Oh, I just clicked on one, I think. Okay. So those are your options for the font. And I just clicked on advanced to see what those advanced. And then you can actually have an example before you can. So I'll just click on something. And now there's the before and there's the after. And you can see whatever changes that you're making. And you don't have to save those settings. Now for the highlighting portion. When you're going to highlight, just like on my Kindle Scribe with my little stylus, there's a button right there. Can you see it? And you hold it down to highlight. You can change the color of your highlights. There's not a ton of colors. You have, this is my pen color of what I'm writing. So you can adjust your pen. But I'm going to be highlighting. I was using a lot of greens. I'm holding it down and I'm going to highlight something. So there's the highlight. If you click on it, you can change the color of it. And then what's even better is you can write directly on the screen. Can you see that? You can circle words. So you can do whatever you want on the screen, which I think is super, super cool. And if you adjust your screen, it will kind of try to adjust depending on how big of a difference is. Whatever you've written on the screen will adjust as well. Let's see how this adjusts. I'm going to just make a slight change. And it tells you that if you do too big of an adjustment, it's not going to be able to accommodate your written notes. Let me shrink it again. And there you go. You click on it again and it'll show you where everything was. But if you change the font size, obviously whatever you've written on the screen will have to adjust accordingly. So if you click on those little dots, you can adjust it. You can revert it back to the original settings that you had when you made those notes. So everything lines back up and matches again. There you go. Or you can obviously just make them again. So keep that in mind. If you're going to be writing on the screen, you can't keep changing the font back and forth because your written notes will disappear or will have to adjust to the page. And depending on what you have written on the page, it's not going to be able to adjust to a smaller or larger font size. So I'm going to erase all of this. Here's your eraser. There we go. Done. With your Kobo, the pen just attaches to this little slot right here with the case. Oops, dropped it. Or it attaches right here if you don't have a case. It'll just attach right there. This is sold separately. I don't remember the price of this. I can't remember how much this was. If I remember, I'll put it on the screen. Otherwise, you'll just have to look on the website. But this is sold separately with the Kindle Scribe. The stylus comes with it. I bought the Kobo, the case, and the stylus all separately. This is also how you can change the pages. I find the Kobo to be very comfortable to hold when I'm reading, whether I have the case, whether it's in the case or not. I'm going to take it out of the case so you can actually see the size a little bit better. It's thin, like holding, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like my Kindle is a little bit thinner, just a little bit, but this is it's very lightweight, like my Kindle. My Kindle actually feels a little bit heavier with my pop socket and the case on it, and my Kobo has a little bit more weight with the case as well. It's very light. Let me compare it to a smaller book. Let me get this. So this book, this is Shatter Me, by the way. This book is heavier than this. This is, I don't know, it's just really light in my hand. It's comfortable for me to hold. I don't feel like I need a pop socket. And if I'm holding it with one hand, being that I can just change the page on the side like this, I feel like I don't have to have a pop socket. With my Kindle, even though you can tap the screen and it will change, there are times where it's just a little bit more comfortable for me to have a pop socket with my Kindle. Another thing with your Kobo is you can read like this. It will adjust. Obviously with your Kindle, you're only able to read it like this. With your Kindle Scribe, you can flip it back and forth and it will adjust accordingly. So you can decide where you want this piece right here. I'm just going to turn my screen back off. So this piece where you can actually hold it and like rest your hand, you can decide however you want it. I usually hold my Kindle with my right hand, but if I'm annotating, then I flip it around. I hold it with my left, and I can write with my stylus with my right hand. I think that covers everything with the difference between my Kobo and my Kindles. Now, another thing with the Kobo, they have Kobo Plus, which is like Kindle Unlimited. Now, what I've noticed is I don't know if there is a limit with how many books you can download or borrow from Kobo Plus. Most of the books I have on my Kobo are all borrowed. I've only purchased a handful of books. Some of them were like say $1. Others were, I purchased one regular price book. The other ones were really cheap, and everything else has all just been Kobo Plus. I think I've purchased maybe a total of 2 books on my Kobo, maybe 3. Definitely no more than that. Something else I want to show you with your Kobo, which some people might not know about. I'm going to go to my notebook. Oh, I keep my Kobo now as my reading journal. I will show you. So here, you have a lot of options with your notebooks for the Kobo. With the Kindle Scribe, you also have notebooks. I almost forgot this. I'm so glad I remembered. This used to be where I kept my reading journal. So, did I flip it again? Yes, hold on. Give me a second. Okay. Oh, I keep doing that. Okay. Sorry, you guys. Bottom of the screen. Notebooks. You can create notebooks. I'm going to just create one right here with this little plus sign, create notebook. You can also create a folder. These are the options that you have for a notebook. That's what they look like. And I'm going to show you what my book journal looks like. All right. This is just a page. This is what my book journal looks like. And I can scroll. I was just showing a demonstration. Oh, I think my Kobo just died. It is dying. And let me plug it up really fast. So this is what it looks like. You don't have, I'm not going to say you don't have a ton. You have plenty of options for your Kindle Unlimited. For your Kindle Scribe in terms of notebooks. But I do think that if you're, like when I'm wanting to take specific notes, like when I'm in school for my college classes, I think my Kobo actually might provide me a few more options that my Kindle does not provide me with in terms of the structure of my notebook. when my Kobo turns back on, I will show you what that looks like. So I might like pause my video for a minute. Oh, it's turning back on now. I don't know why I keep like flipping my screen. I've never had this many issues with my screen flipping. I think I might actually need to update my Kindle, restart it. And if you go back to your library, it'll show you whatever you were last looking at or reading. It could be your notebook, it could be a book, whatever it is, a PDF, it'll be right here. If you're an ARC reader, this is something that's important. I have not been able to transfer any of my ARCs onto my Kobo. Kobo uses a different system than what most people use, like from NetGalley, with obtaining your ARCs. There is a way to do it. If you connect it to your computer, you can kind of manually transfer it with, I want to say it's an Adobe program. I cannot think for a second. I have not been able to do it because I have not been able to connect my Kobo to my MacBook. I can't remember what year my MacBook is, but it has not worked. And I've tried and I've tried and I've tried. My MacBook is the type that does not have the, I'm trying to grab it so you guys can see. Oh, it's okay. My MacBook doesn't have a USB, it doesn't have USB ports on it. It's just the sleek one, where the only port that it has is for the charger cable. And if you have the, hold on, let me turn my camera, you guys can see. Okay, so this is how I have to connect. Sorry, my my Kindle was on top of my Kindle and it's making my screen keep changing. This is what I have to connect to my MacBook in order to have any type of USB ports. This is where it connects. So this is my charging cord and this is the external port that I have to utilize. It's also how I connect my external hard drive. Other than that, there's nothing. There's nothing on the side. Now my Kobo has to connect with a USB port of some sort. There's one right there. It has to connect with a USB port. Being that I don't have one and I'm using like a third party to connect it to, I've noticed it just does not, my computer does not read my Kobo. I'm going to try it with my, since I have a Windows laptop again, so I'm going to try it on there and see if it works. But as of right now, I have not been able to transfer any of my ARCs onto my Kobo. I've only been able to read them just on my computer or read them on my Kindle. That's where I get all of my ARCs. I just have them sent directly to my Kindle. If you're on NetGalley and you're getting ARCs from authors or publishers, then you can, if you don't know, on my NetGalley account, I have my Kindle email address attached to my account, and I can just click download, like send to my Kindle, and it just goes directly to my Kindle. And I will show you what it looks like when you have an ARC. It shows up as a PDF. Right here, here's one. Oh my gosh, if I flip the screen one more time, I swear. I do need to update my Kindle because I notice sometimes the screen will just keep flipping when it needs to be updated. Anyway, this is one of my ARCs right here, Assassin 18. And this is how it shows up. It doesn't show up like, you turn the page like normal, but technically since it's a PDF, it's reading as if I'm just scrolling up and down on it, like if I was reading on my phone, which is why you have like 98.99. You see how you'll see how it looks. Now, it depends on the ARC, but that's how that one shows up like that. I'm going to restart this Kindle really fast because it is just losing its mind. Okay, that's restarting. Now that my Kobo is back on, I will show you, oh, my Kobo was updating. I will show you what the notebooks look like on the Kobo. It still needs to charge though. I'm going to click on new. And so first of all, you have the option of a basic notebook, or if you want an advanced notebook or a folder. Now, advanced notebooks are where you can actually work out some math problems and convert them. So I'm going to click on advanced notebook first, and I'm just going to title it test. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I'm going to click save. Here's the page. Now this is just a basic advanced notebook. If I want to, here, first of all, these are the options that you have. I'm going to show you Let me see. Oops, don't want to do that. Okay, I clicked on insert math equation. So I'm going to just write 2, 2, and that's the problem. And then if I were to double click, it solves it. I'll do another one. Let me erase that. I will do, let's see. Okay, this is the problem. I'm going to double click it. Oh, didn't double click it on that. There we go. And it will solve it again. I thought that was really cool if you're a student. I don't know what all math problems it will work because I didn't go through all of them. I didn't do like trig or calculus or anything like that. But in general, even if it was just basic math, I think that's really cool that it can calculate those problems for you. Again, if you're a student, and again, you can change the orientation of the screen. Now, you can also insert drawings. You have whatever you click on. So if I want to just scribble something in right there, it'll insert it as a drawing. So this is where I'm going. And those are your options. I'm going to just clear this notebook. You can just play around with those options. You can play around with the line spacing, all of that. Now I'm going to go back and just do a basic notebook. I haven't played around a lot with the notebooks and all that you can do with that. So if you want to find out if you can do like trigonometry, calculus problems, geometry, I don't know because I have not tested it out. I probably should have since Hayden is in school right now. That's my brother. He's in high school. Didn't think to do it, but if I remember, I'll do it in the future. Now I'm going to go to a basic notebook option. Again, I'm just going to title this Test, Save. Now, this is how it's going to look at first. Just blank. I'm going to click right there. These are all of my options. I can change the page background. Those are all the different options that you have. Now, my Kindle Scribe does have a few options for the notebooks. Let me pull that one up too. And the screen has stopped flipping around, which is great. So these are the options that you have. And here are the options that you have with your Kobo. I'm trying to go slow enough so you guys can see all of them. Okay, those are your options with the Kobo. You can also export. You can export your whole notebook or export the page. I don't recall being able to do that on my Kindle, but let me see if I can. I cannot do that on here. I cannot export my, let me see, I'm just going through my settings. Yeah, I don't see an option to export it. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I just don't see an option. And when you are taking notes on your Kindle, you can click on here, that little thing, and you can switch to highlight, erase if you want to circle something and drag and drop it. You can do the same thing on your Kobo. You can circle something and drag and drop it if you need to. For your, just like with the Kobo stylus and the Kindle, the top is the eraser, the button is where you highlight, and then obviously you just write with the pen on the bottom. I think that's everything that I needed to remember in terms of comparing my Kobo to my Kindles. With the, I was talking about Kobo Plus and Kobo Unlimited. What I've noticed is the books that I see on Kindle Unlimited, I do not see on Kobo Plus. I'm not going to say all of them because I haven't looked up all of the books, but the books that I was interested in reading, the books that I looked up, when I saw them on Kindle Unlimited, they were not on my Kobo Plus. I had to actually just purchase them on my Kobo. Again, not the end of the world because I have different options on my Kobo, from not just highlighting and writing on the page, but just in general, the book selection is different. I will go to the home page so you guys can see. I'll go to the home page of both devices. Do not judge my books, okay? Don't judge my home page. This is what, when I first click and open my Kobo, this is my home page. And I can click on like my books and I can see whatever I have on there. And then also from the home page, it says like find your next great read. I clicked on it. Hold on. My Kobo had to restart, so it's connecting back to my internet. Oh, it's already connected. This is what the shopping page looks like on my Kobo. And you have top picks. It'll show you whatever daily deal it is. This is where my Kobo Plus options are. And it's just, most of the Kobo Plus books that I've seen, I notice what I'm assuming are a lot of indie authors. And like I said, it's different books than what's on my Kobo Plus. So on here, I have like The Witch Collector. I have From Blood and Ash. I have, let me see, Losers from Harley LaRoe. I have The Dare from Harley LaRoe. Manhunt by Vanessa Vale. Wounded Kiss, Willow Winters. A Broken Blade by Melissa Blair. I have some books I think are on Kindle Unlimited too, but I saw them on my Kobo Plus and I just downloaded them because they were books that I really wanted to read. But for the most part, all of the books on here, I have the Atlas 6 as well. Not all, but the whole point is with my Kobo Plus, whatever books I have on my Kobo Plus are not on my Kindle. That simple. So if it's something I can't find on my Kindle Unlimited, that's what I'm talking about, free books, both devices, you can just purchase the book. For the, I think pretty much everything that I've looked up, I was able to purchase just from what I've looked at. Now, Kindle, just being honest, has more options. It has more options for purchase and it has more options for the Kindle Unlimited. So if you are a person that just wants to read a wide range of books, Kindle Unlimited is going to be your best bet. And just your Kindle in general, you're going to have access to a lot more books. That's just, if I went through all of the books on my shelf, I know for a fact they're all going to be on my Kindle. My Kobo Plus, they might not be. And it's just, they just might not be. Let me double check. For instance, I don't think I saw Megan Quinn on there. Let me see. Wow, that was like, phone was really vibrating right there. Okay, so this is just an example. When I first type in Megan Quinn, all of the books that pop up are not in English. That's just an example, like I said, obviously, but not everything is on my Kobo Plus. And I don't think that's a bad thing because with my Kobo Plus, I've been able to see and look at, or read, I'm reading. I've been able to read different authors that I have not come across before. And I've been enjoying the books that I've been reading on my Kobo Plus. With my Kindle Unlimited, pretty much any book that I have on my shelf that I just want to read, for the most part, I can find on Kindle Unlimited, or I can just get on my Kindle for, the bare minimum. I think just in general, if you own a Kindle and you're purchasing it on Kindle, it's usually a little bit cheaper. It depends on the book. Some books I've gone to purchase on Kindle, I'm like, I might as well just buy the paperback. And then other times it's like $2.99 or $4.99. Kobo is kind of similar to that. So the prices will vary. It just depends on the book that you want to read. I'm trying to remember everything so I can give you guys a good comparison between the two books. And this video is getting a little bit long. I'm going to have to condense it a little bit. That's pretty much it, I think. So you're going to have a different selection versus your Kindle versus your Kobo. Not a bad thing. If you're reading ARCs, it'll be easier. For me, it's easier to get ARCs on my Kindle than it is on my Kobo. With my Kobo, it's in color. I'm able to write on it. And I'm able to, so if you're annotating, this is just a dream for annotating. You also have more options for your notebooks if you're a student. With your Kindle, I like that I have different sizes that I can choose between. And yeah, my Kobo Plus, I also have audiobooks on there. And with my Kindle Unlimited, I know I paid separately for Audible. I'm trying to remember if I pay something separately for audiobooks on my Kobo. I can't remember right now. but the pricing is similar for Kobo Plus and Kindle Unlimited. I think both of it, for both prices that I pay, I think it's worth it because I like having access to other books that I don't have to just actually purchase. I can just download pretty much unlimited books when I think about it, because my Kobo, I have not reached a limit yet. With my Kindle, it's 20 books that I just constantly can rotate between and have, and I'm reading pretty much anything under the sun that I want to read. Yeah, I think that's everything. That's everything. So at the end of the day, do I prefer my Kobo or my Kindle? I love both of them. Again, if I'm a student-wise, I feel like I have more options for notebooks with my Kobo. But reading-wise, I feel like I have more options with my Kindle in terms of what I can read. Annotating, my Kobo, 100%. So it depends on what you want to actually do with your devices. That will help you determine which one you want to purchase. My Kobo, and then of course price-wise, the Kindle Scribe, I know it's a little bit pricier, but it does come with the stylus. The Kindle Paperwhites are always on sale off and on, so you can easily catch a sale and get your Kindle Paperwhite for a lot cheaper than what it normally is. And with my Kobo, I did not notice a sale. I'm not saying they don't have one. I forgot how much it was. I hope I remember to put it on the screen. I forgot how much I paid for my Kobo, but I do think it was worth it because I love this thing. I just love how it looks. I love my Kobo. And that's it. Okay. I hope you guys found this video worth your while. I hope it was informative enough for you guys. If you have any other questions, feel free to let me know. I've made videos like this on my TikTok because people ask me off and on, what do I like about the devices, price range, the book options, all of that type of thing. So I tried to put everything in this video, and that's it. I am 100% gonna go get in my comfy clothes now. Every time I mess with my devices and I like go through them, it just makes me want to pick them up and read something. Why is this not closing? Oh, duh, I put it in wrong. Come on, Lexi. Come on, Lex, use your noggin. There we go. That's it, yeah. That's everything. Oh, I was going to show you guys my bookshelves. Let me do that really fast. My brother got me this today because he loves me. He got me a sandwich from Jersey Mike's. We usually order from Subway, but he wanted to try Jersey Mike's this time. He got me a sandwich. He got me a Juice It Up. And he got me my favorite tea. That's how you know you have an amazing brother. This is my shelf. Hold on, let me put this book back. Now, my shelves are not in, these books right here, I just have to say, they're sitting right here because this is what I'm currently reading. I need to add ACOTAR to this because my friend, she messaged me yesterday and she finished it. She's on the second book. I got to catch up to her, so I need to add ACOTAR. This is my top shelf. This is all a fantasy, all fantasy. That's what this is. Back here, I have like Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, Divine Rivals, Reckless, Powerful, Powerless. That's what I have back there. And there's a gap right there because I had another, that's where that Fourth Wing book goes. I have multiple copies. I'm either going to sell these or I'm going to see if my friend wants them. I don't know if she's read them yet or if she wants to, but being that she's reading ACOTAR, I feel like she might want to. Let me move this out. All of that is Sarah J. Maas back there. All of it. There's that. Now this is like more of my rom-com shelf, so to speak. All of my Megan Quinn books, obviously my little Inuyasha stuff. Megan Quinn, Anna Huang. These are some books. I've read this already, but I want to read it again so I can annotate it differently. I want to go ahead and read these two. I just like how this looks right here. Hold on, let me move these. It just looks so neat. Okay, and this sits here. I have my camera sitting on top of that. This shelf is all dark romance, except for that. That is just dark. This is a scary book, but I'm reading it right now. Dark romance. I want to read Pen Pal again. I love this book. This is one of my favorite books ever. I want to annotate this one. I got the special edition right there. It's beautiful. I do dust my shelves constantly. If you see any dust, you didn't. Okay, I dust my shelves all of the time. You wouldn't even know it. This is mainly thrillers and mysteries. But I also have books on here that I just couldn't fit anywhere else. Obviously, like, these are dark romance. These are dark. I don't know where Shatter Me falls in that category because I see it in the young adult section all the time. So I don't know. Obviously, Penelope Douglas, you can imagine. Five Brothers. Back there are some books. Those are all mysteries and thrillers. Same for back there. Well, Normal People is not a thriller, but I also have all of my Stephen King books. This is actually a tripod that goes around your neck and your phone attaches to it. Anyway, my Disney books. I have just books. I just kind of either had one or two of the books from the author. I just didn't really have a spot for them. I have my Twilight books and another set of Twilight books back there because I have the hardcovers and I want to change out the dust jackets. I'm going to come over here next. This is what I actually was just working on yesterday. Let me move these. So back there, I have toilet paper rolls that I cut in half, and the books are sitting on cardboard from my brother's Lego boxes that he was going to throw out. I cut them, so they're elevated. I love it. I was feeling so proud of myself for having like a creative moment. All of my like Western cowboy books right there. Oh, you can't even see. Western cowboy books. This kind of fits the theme, small town cowboy to me, you know, farmer. But I wanted to keep the author the same. She's a country singer. I just assumed this is more of a cowboy Western book. This is definitely cowboy. These ones they just fit right there. I know he plays baseball. I don't know if the rest of them do or not. But if they do, it works out perfectly because these are all of my sports books. It's mainly hockey back there. The Pucking Wrong Number, Pucked, Iced Out, The Deal, Pucking Around, Icebreaker. There's a lot of hockey books. And then these right here are my football books. He is a retired football player. That's Compromising Positions back there. That's a super old book that I was so happy when I found a physical copy of. My Tessa Bailey books, because Tessa Bailey's right there. But Tessa Bailey, that's a hockey. And then this is Race Car. Next, we have this shelf. I also redid this one because some of these books were actually up there. But I have all of these are all rom-coms, pretty much. That's what's up here. Don't know where I'm going to put this, but I wanted to keep it somewhere. I used to work for a police department. That's why I have a little police car. Allie Hazelwood, Christina Lauren, Shane Rose. I don't know if I'm saying author names correctly, so if I'm not, I'm very sorry. My Tessa Bailey books. I love Tessa Bailey. She can do no wrong. These. Then up here are books that I feel like I will be like really wanting to annotate or possibly a little bit more emotional. I really want to go ahead and start this series. Same for this one, but this is the only book that I have from the series, so that's why I haven't started it yet because I want the other books. Obviously, we know Still Beating. Everyone talks about how emotional that is. I have the special edition of that. That's the very first special edition book I ever got. Then we have all of these. Kennedy Ryan. I did start this one. I'm on like chapter 1, but I needed to put it back on the shelf so I can see how everything looks. Then we come down here. These are all of my special editions. And then down here, I try to keep all my special editions grouped together. I have Voyage of the Damned over there. That's what I was reading. Look at how pretty this one is. This is The Witch Collector. Look at how gorgeous that is. Okay. Now, moving on, let me come back over here and move my tripod. Now, this is my TBR cart. That's what it was supposed to be, but really it's just a place to hold books. An extra place to hold books. Obviously, my Barbarian, Ice Planet Barbarian series, I need to get the rest of the books, but I have those right there. These are just books, again, that I know I want to go ahead and read, but I didn't really have a spot for them, so I put them there. Down here is pretty much all KT Roberts. And I really want to, this one seems so cute. She, if I'm not mistaken, it's like a shifter romance, but she accidentally gets turned into like a golden retriever or something instead of a wolf. I want to read this one so bad. But there's these books. I think I have a couple on the side right there. Over there is the Scarlet Veil, Red Rising, and Priory of the Orange Tree. Right? That's what that's called, I think. And then I have one hardback back here, and it says like, what is this one? Really Good, actually. I want to go ahead and read that. Then up here, this doesn't go there, but This is where I put all my Kindles and like my iPad, but this is my notebook that I use for work, a weekly calendar, obviously my Nintendo Switch. This has all of my transparent sticky notes, or maybe not all of them, but the vast majority of them, and a lot of highlighters in here and pins, cadence pacifiers. These are like glitter highlighters, my whiteout, and then obviously all of my like pins and highlighters. This is what I always use when I'm going to annotate a book. And then down here, I have my stickers. My stickers right here, my tabs, and then these are like little trinkets and whatnot that come with my special edition books. Like from Illumicrate, I just put them in there. This is just a box that it's actually a pencil case that I got from Target because I just thought it was so cute. And that's it. That's everything. I have more tabs coming tomorrow because I was basically out. And I need tabs to finish annotating, especially Fourth Wing. I ran out of the specific color that I was using, and I am one of those people that I didn't want to change the color. I have my theme. I want to stick to my theme, so, and I just need tabs so I can I have a bunch of tabs coming, but they were super cheap. Okay, super cheap. Got a lot of them, and I think that's everything, you guys. Oh, here I have some more on my desk. I have some cute little highlighters and some sticky notes in there, highlighters and pens. This is where I put my Kindle when I'm going to be reading at my desk. And that's everything. Okay, that's my bookshelf tour, my cart tour, my annotating supplies, the difference between my Kobo and my Kindles. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was long. I'm sorry. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. That's all. If you don't know, I didn't really say it in the beginning, but I am a certified postpartum fitness trainer, so my channel is going to be books because I love to read, but it's also going to have workouts. So don't be like thrown off if you suddenly see me uploading workouts. You're like, what? Like, she talks about books. No, I do both. Okay. Okay. All right, that's it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.